We all want to be driven. We all want to be the guy, the go-to, the energetic and the motivated one with all the attraction. But sometimes we just feel flat. We don't know why. And it seems like no matter what changes we make or how much we read or what podcasts we listen to, we simply can't seem to force that motivation. I get it. I've been there. I feel that way sometimes too. And this video isn't the cure, but it will help. And every time I show this concept to one of our members, they always say the same thing. Why haven't I been taught this already? Because it's one of those light bulb ideas. It's simple, it's structured, and it's to the point. If you want a way to quickly trigger your own motivation, this video will help. And the theory that I'm going to use to help you improve your motivation is called Expectancy Theory. And it was invented by a guy named Vroom, V-R-O-O-M, if you want to look him up. He invented it a long time ago, so you'll see some of the terms are actually quite archaic, but I will interpret them and I will give you some tangible ways of increasing your motivation today. So the theory is that motivation equals instrumentality times expectancy times valence. Like I said, really archaic terms, but like all good mathematical theories or all good theories in general, there's an equal sign. So if you want to increase one side of the equal sign, motivation, you just need to increase the other side of them. Similarly, to do that, increase one of these factors and you'll increase your motivation. Or on the flip side, one of the downsides of this is if any of these factors are zero, well then of course motivation is going to be zero as well. So let me give you a little bit more clarity as to what I mean by these terms. Okay, so let's start with instrumentality. What we're talking about there is your ability to achieve the goal, whatever it is you're trying to be motivated to do, as well as your self-belief in the goal. So the things we're talking about there is something like improving the plan, yeah? Getting a better plan, getting more knowledge, that kind of thing. Then we're talking about, let's go with expectancy, okay? Expectancy is all about results and reward, yeah? So if you want to improve your motivation by improving your results and your reward, you want to think about things like incentives and think about things like, you know, bigger or more frequent rewards. And then lastly, let's look at valence. Valence is simply your internal values. Is what you're doing aligned with the person you want to be? So to improve that, we're talking about, you know, the internal desire, so aligning with who you are. Yeah? Motivation theory. Motivation is instrumentality times expectancy times valence. We want to improve our ability or our self-belief to do the thing that we're trying to be motivated by. We want to improve the results and the rewards or make them bigger or more frequent to improve our motivation for what we want to achieve. Or we want to be more internally aligned, find our values in the thing that we're trying to achieve. So I'll give you a couple of examples now. Maybe the first one I'll do something along the lines of, you know, fitness and health, and then I'll do something around career. So to start with, this column I'm going to use as instrumentality, this column I'm going to use as expectancy, and this column I'm going to use as valence. And let's go with this one here. So we'll start with being leaner, you know, a fitness goal, things like dropping some weight, you know, getting faster on our run times or our row times or lifting more or whatever the case may be. And let's go here. So if we want to improve our instrumentality, which is our ability or our self-belief, we want to do things like, you know, break it down into more achievable steps, the plan into more achievable steps. Or we want to do things like getting better knowledge in the area. So maybe to make it more achievable, you know, to get leaner, maybe we're starting off by saying, let's say we're 100 kilograms and we want to be to 88, yeah? So 12 is a long way. But maybe what we want to do is break it down into 100 and 98 and 96 and 94 and 92 and so on down to 88. And if we break it down into these steps, our self-belief in the ability to do them increases. If that increases, then our motivation increases. Or a second option might be leaner. Maybe we don't know how to get leaner. You know, maybe we don't know how to better increase our performance in the gym, or get better on the ski or the row, or whatever the case may be. So knowledge needs to go up. If we raise our knowledge, we raise our ability. So that could be as simple as, getting a nutritionist. That could be as simple as getting a trainer or a coach. Yeah? Get a nutritionist or a trainer or a coach, increases knowledge, increases our ability. If we increase that ability, increase instrumentality, increases motivation. Okay, let's move on to expectancy. So as I said, expectancy is results and reward, or incentives, yeah? Similar to what we were talking about before with the achievable steps, breaking it down into smaller steps. Maybe at the moment, like 100 kilograms and the 88 kilograms, the reward or the results is feeling better, feeling leaner, getting a few more smiles from people at the beach, that kind of thing. But it's so far away that we're not getting any motivation out of that particular result. So maybe what we might want to do is maybe look at, like, as I said, this 98 kilograms. And if we can, maybe challenge ourselves to hit that in 1 week, and reward ourselves with a dinner. Reward ourselves, incentivize. Another option might be, another option here might be that idea of reward or result, actually noticing the results as they come. So actually, having this result up on the board, the 96 and the 94, and ticking them off as you go. So you're rewarding yourself as you go. Or maybe you're looking at things like, feeling better on the beach. So look at the body fat percentages. And as that reduces, reward yourself for losing body fat and losing weight. Increase expectancy increases our results in rewards, and more frequently and bigger rewards. Increase this, increases motivation. And lastly, we're going to go with valence, which is the internal values. So what is it about what you're trying to achieve that's aligned with who you truly are? And that could be things like maybe your values are things like, health, which is pretty obvious. If health is a value, then you can lean into that to perform better at losing weight. Maybe another one is things like, connection is a value of yours. Well, maybe, do it in groups or teams. Maybe you can find a way to set yourself like a group or a team step challenge. And if you do that, you get more connection, which is leaning into your values, which increases your valence, which increases your motivation. Or maybe something like, you're an inspired, you like to inspire people as a value. Maybe there's a value of yours, So therefore, losing weight and being a weapon is inspirational. Lean into that value, increase your valence, increase your motivation. Second example here, I'm going to do career-based. So let's say you want to get a promotion. So that's for this column here, promotion. All right, let's skip ahead. Let's start with expectancy. Okay, how are you going to reward yourself or get better results to increase your motivation in the short term for achieving a promotion? So incentivizing here is obviously the obvious one. The way that you would incentivize your team at work would be to give bonuses. So maybe we can look at this by going maybe a self bonus, yeah? Challenge yourself to do an extra hour or sell an extra, percentage. And when you achieve it, give yourself a bonus. Increase the result and the reward, increases your motivation. Another option here might be something like gamifying, yeah? Maybe go, 30 days in a row and set up the game with yourself. Challenge yourself to achieve 30 days in a row of more sales or more meetings or whatever the case may be. And when you get those things, you increase the result and the reward in the short term. Bigger rewards, more frequent results, increases your expectancy, increases your motivation. What about instrumentality, your ability or your self-belief to get the promotion? Okay, so let's look at increasing your knowledge. Maybe you need to upskill. Go and upskill increases your ability to perform the task at hand, increases the instrumentality, increases your motivation to get a promotion. Another one might be something like, maybe another aspect of the knowledge is that you don't actually have or can't see the pathway to achieve. Go get yourself a mentor, or network. get these things, increase your self-belief, and through the conversation, increase your ability, increase the efficiency or the plan of attack, increases your knowledge and your instrumentality, which increase your motivation. Another one with that might be to make it more achievable, smaller achievable steps. So instead of worrying about the promotion at the end of the year, maybe let's just worry about like this month's numbers and be more focused on the achievable steps. Increase that, increases your instrumentality, your ability, your plan, your self-belief, increases your motivation. Let's go with the last one, values, valence. We're looking at what values of ours, what internal values can we lean into to increase our motivation to try and achieve the promotion. So let's say you're an investment banker, maybe you're competitive is a key value of yours, So lean into the competitiveness of investment banking. Lean into that competition side of yourself to increase valence and increase your motivation. Maybe you're in sales or kind of a sales rep, and maybe relationships and connection is a value. Yeah? Lean into the relationships, lean into the connection, go out and connect more, go out and build better relationships, increase your sales, increase your valence, increases your motivation. And then as a last one, let's go with maybe you're an entrepreneur and creativity is a big value of yours, yeah? So you'd lean into the creativity. Entrepreneur, obviously, maybe you're a creative within the workspace, innovative within the workspace. Lean into the creativity as your core value, increases your valence, increase your motivation. As you can see, really straightforward. Motivation equals instrumentality times expectancy times valence. M is I times E times V. Increase one of these factors in one of these ways and you'll increase your motivation. If one of these is 0, you'll have no motivation. If you can't see how to achieve it, you won't try and achieve it. If you aren't getting any rewards or results along the way, you won't try and achieve it. If it doesn't mean anything to you at all, you won't try and achieve it. If one of these factors is 0, motivation is 0. Really straightforward theory, Vroom's expectancy theory, M equals I times E times V. No doubt you can think of things in your life right now to go and increase those factors to increase your motivation.